It is time, so we would like to start today's second quarter fiscal year 2013 consolidated business result reporting. So let us introduce who will be present today. The president of Start Today, Mr. Yusaku Maezawa. And Director, CFO, Koji Yanagisawa. And Director of Financial Division, Takeshi Saito. So there will be 3 representatives from Start Today, and we will end this conference at 17:30 today. So, Ms. President Yamazawa-san, could you please begin? Hello, everyone. I'm the president. I'm just kidding. I'm CFO Yanagisawa. So if I may begin right away. We have made some ingenious changes to our conference today. So today I will start with the business results, but Maezawa will be introducing a new business. So let us start on page 1. The second quarter overview. So in terms of the overview, we have 49.5 billion in transaction value, which has grown by 21.5%. And LP margin has grown by 88.3% year-on-year, resulting in 5.4 billion yen. And we do not intend to change the initial targets that we published at the beginning of the year. So we're growing gradually. In terms of its composition, the mall business, we started a new service called Labu. So because we started a new business, we started calling this business the mall business instead of the ZOZO business. The transaction value for this small business is 43.1 billion, which is 19.1% increase year-on-year. We had 492 shops at the end of March 2013, but now we have 556 shops. So this has been growing per schedule as well. The annual number of buyers, we have 2.8 million, and at the end of March 2013, it was only 2.48 million, so this is growing steadily as well. The reason why we have achieved this growth is because we have been able to secure a higher number of inventory from the brands. And we are offering a lookbook service, styling service as well. We started this from March. So starting the lookbook service, the brands have been more open to provide more inventory to us. So this has resulted in a better conversion rate as well. In terms of the EC consulting business, it was 6.4 billion yen, which was a 40.9% increase year-on-year. This is also as planned. In terms of the number of websites, at the end of March 2013, it was 25 sites, but we have 2 more sites, so we have a total of 27 sites. Of course, the existing sites are doing very well, and also the new sites are adding to the increase in transaction value as well. In terms of profitability, the OP margin against the transaction value is 11.0%. It was 7.1% last year, same period, so we are doing a very good job in improving this figure. The reason is basically due to the decrease in promotion costs. Since last year, we started the free shipping service as well, so the gross profit margin has decreased due to the free shipping. However, by significantly curtailing the promotional costs, we have been able to improve the OP margin. In terms of key topics, in August 2013, we purchased Bracket, which is now 100% subsidiary of Start Today, and we also launched Labu, a new mall, in September 2013. And today, we just started a new service, launched a new service called Where. In terms of the business performance, in page 3, this gives you an overview of the second quarter. In terms of the transaction value, as I mentioned, is 45.7% is a progress rate, and in terms of net sales, is 47.5%. In terms of the OP margin, it's 52.7%, so we are growing at a very steady rate. In terms of the page 4 increase and decrease analysis of the operating profit, we've increased the profit by 2.6 billion. This is a significant growth, and also, as I mentioned, the gross profit has come down by 0.4 billion. This is mainly due to the free shipping that we started to offer. And in terms of variable expenses, it's also increased by 2.0 billion. And in terms of the revision of promotional strategies, this has added 2.1 billion. So this and the variable expenses are basically offsetting each other. And in terms of the outsourcing expenses, last year we had the Zozokole, which is a real event, and so we had a significant increase in outsourcing expenses last year. But this year we don't plan to have this event, so 0.5 billion yen is the savings that this will offer, and other is 0.2 billion. This is due to the decline in unit price per shipment, which I will go into detail later. And that is why the OP margin, OP is 5.4 billion for this quarter. If you look at page 5, this is basically the same as before, so I will skip that page. If you look at page 6, so this is more about, this is a cash flow overview. So in terms of the investing activities, we have new logistical facilities, which I will go into detail later. So this is basically 1.7 billion minus year on year because of this new logistical facilities. And this is in terms of the financial activities, 4.2 billion were up by 4.2% because we haven't bought back any treasury stocks. We did that last year, but we are not doing that this year. And if we can speak to page 8, the transaction value for this quarter, in terms of the second quarter, it was 25.2 billion. So this has grown by 16.6% year on year. So this is a very good growth as per our initial targets. And if you look at net sales on page 10, page 9, or page 10, sorry. So it's 8.9 billion. So this has increased by 9.1% as well. In terms of number of total buyers on page 11, I mentioned it was 2.8 million. This has been growing steadily as well. The guest buyers and active members are both growing well. As I mentioned the number of shops before, and on page 13 we just launched Labu in September, which is the targeting younger women. So Labu is mainly for women, but that is contributed to the 58% women gender ratio. On page 14, we have the annual purchase amount and piece per active member. The active purchase amount has been growing steadily. So per user is 43,700 yen. And the number of pieces they buy has increased as well by 7, and it is now 7.2. So this is increasing, and if it continues to grow this way, we hope that it will continue to grow at this rate. On page 15, we have the average purchase amount per shipment and average retail price. In comparison to the last quarter, it's gone down, but if you go and if you compare to year on year, it went down by 20.8%, and the price has gone down by 4.4%. The number one reason for this is free shipping that we started to offer, and this has brought the average purchase amount per shipment down. However, the number of shipments have increased. We had 2.3 million shipments, which is 44.7% more than last year, same period. If you look at page 17, you will see the shipping volume per device. The smartphone percentage has gone up to 45.9%, so it's nearly even with the PC. It will be half and half soon. And OP and OP margin. If you look at page 19, the SG&A. If you look at this, you will see why it's improved. However, the decrease in the promotion expenses, it has gone down by minus 4.3% compared to last year. So this has contributed significantly to the improvement in the OP margin. So it has gone down by 4.9%. The total SG&A has gone down by 4.9%. So as a result, we have done 2.5 billion is OP profit. In comparison to the first quarter, because first quarter we had the sales period, it's a little bit lower, but it's still growing at a very good rate. The reason being is the SG&A, the promotion-related expenses, we have decreased to 2%, so this has helped improve the OP margin. This was a quick overview, but this is basically the results for the second quarter. Hello everyone, I'm Maezawa. I will describe one of the topics that we have today. We barely made it on time, but I was pulled an all-nighter to launch the Wear service today. We are wearing the Wear t-shirt. I'm actually wearing a red cardigan to celebrate this very auspicious day, but I'm sure, did you download it already? Not many people. I'm very sad to hear that. If you can download it later and test it out for yourself. So we would like to concentrate on Wear today, but before we get into that, if I can discuss 2 points in terms, logistical center has the new logistical facilities has been running since October. So we hope to do 300 to 400 billion yen in transaction value with this new logistical center. Of course, we want to be able to achieve this as soon as possible. The lease information is as you see on the screen. We can't really show the whole center yet, so we don't really allow media in the room, in the center either. But if you are close by, we would like to show you the rec room that we created. It's great, so please let us know if you're coming by. Labu is doing very well since its launch in September. It's targeting women in their teens and 20s. So a lot of these brands were already on ZOZO, but we changed the way they look or the target and the way the website, the design of the website. So by joining Labu, we've been able to give them the kind of attention that they weren't able to get on ZOZO. So we hope to, in the future, help categorize brands that are already on ZOZO and maybe offer a different website such as Labu for other brands as well. But we just started in September, so we would like to see how this does and then see how we can improve this in the future. And then we would like to now talk about where. So we just made it in time. I think it's about 1 a.m. that we launched the iPhone application for Wear, and maybe 9 or 10 in the morning we launched the application for Android, Google Play, and then now it's available for PC. So they're all available now. What the concept of Wear is, the concept is Wear for Connection. We want to bring everybody around the world together through clothing. We hope that many more people will enjoy fashion and people all around town will become more fashionable. And so we think that this will be a very good result, yield very good results for the fashion market as well. So the main functions of Wear is, basically there are 4 main functions of Wear. This is for, we are calling the styling recipes, but we offer different coordinations, and also you can scan barcodes. A lot of people are afraid that this will just make the real stores a showroom, but you can scan barcodes and get more information. And then you can also, another function is the micro closet function, where you can organize all the clothing that you've been looking at. And then the next is SNS function. This is basically a platform business, just like ZOZO. There's benefits for customers and also brands. In terms of the benefits for customers, there's 3 main business. One is the coordinate recipe function. So we already have 10,000 different styling or recipes already available, and this also is linked to the database of all these clothing. So you can search for different recipes from various different angles. If cooking recipes are available on Cookpad, then the fashion recipes are available on our application Wear. So with cooking, you have the ingredients, so if you can search for different recipes through ingredients, and I'll demonstrate this later. But for example, if you search for red cardigans, you will see different styling of people wearing the red cardigans in a various different ways. So we want to be able to introduce recipes that people have never seen before. I mean, maybe some of you may wonder what to wear on Saturdays, Sundays, or you have to go to school for your children and you want to look cool. You often may wonder what you should wear. I think when you don't know what to wear, then please use Wear's recipe and see if you can brush up your fashion a little bit. And also, this is actually got the industry talking, the barcode scan function. I will demonstrate this later as well. So a lot of people are concerned that there's a lot of articles out there that has a negative, that say that this will have a negative impact on turning retail spaces into showrooms. But I will introduce why it's really good for the stores as well. I will actually demonstrate and take you through these steps. And the next one is my closet function. I love clothing, so my clothing, I might wear it once and then not wear it for a long time again, but then this will help you keep track of what clothing you have and then tell you how you can wear or how you wore it and keep a record of that. So, for example, people who are here today, maybe you can use it to keep track of your ties. You have a great tie. So and then if somebody has the same item, then you can get, it will create a connection for you there, and then, or in the future, you can, it might develop into a C2C market where you say, I don't want this anymore, would you like it? So those were the benefits, 3 benefits for customers, for the benefits for the brands. 300 brands so far have already taken part. So what value does this wear propose to these brands? First is the coordinate recipe function. The shop staff of the brands, you can actually give them an official account per shop staff, so they will have their own page and then recommend different coordinations or different styling to their customers. So until now, you may have done that on Twitter or Facebook. So they would have the brand's page and then share that page to introduce different ideas, but with where you can do it on a personal basis, an individual basis. So even if you say a brand, you might have various different shop staff that maybe of different height, like different fashions. So with where you can actually communicate individual style even better. So we have created official accounts for the shop staff, each shop staff. So there's already about 5,000 to 6,000 shop staff who are already taking part. And in the future, I hope that all the shop staff all over the nation, all over Japan, would have their own site on wear and introduce their own styling. In the barcode scanning function, this is also beneficial for customers as well as brands. In the shop, it's really difficult to just explain with words, this looks good with this. But if you get customers to scan barcodes, or if you can scan it yourself on your phone, smartphone, then you can actually show them what it will look like. Or maybe there's a different color at a different shop and you can actually try to get it, but you can say it's a certain color, but it's better if you show them what color it is because they will have a better idea. So if you scan this, you can see what colors there are, what sizes are available. So it will be a very flexible tool to make sure they don't lose any sales opportunities in the stores. And the SNS function. So as I mentioned, each staff will have an official account, and so the staff can actually use the official accounts to communicate with their customers. For example, there might be a customer who is wondering if they should buy a specific item or not. So if the customer actually sends a comment to the shop staff who helped them today, and they might say, thank you for letting me try it on. gotten home, I still am wondering whether I should buy it or not. And to that kind of inquiry, the shop staff can say, well, you could wear it like this, or even actually send them a picture. So until now, it was less of a one-to-one sort of relationship, but with Wear, you can directly have a relationship with the customers and help them make their decision. So those are the 3 key benefits that Wear would offer to the brands. So explaining what Wear can do, even though a lot of the offline retail was worried, Parco was very enthusiastic. The 4 stores listed here, Shibuya, Ikebukuro, Chiba, Nagoya, will be launching Wear, implementing Wear in their shops on November 8. I very much appreciate their support. Our innovation and IT technology, they're very flexible and open to this new technology, so I'm very, very appreciative of their openness. In a lot of news articles and magazine articles, there was a lot of negative press, but I'm glad that even though they may have read many of these articles, they were very open to implementing Wear. So Shibuya, Ikebukuro, Chiba, Nagoya are the 4 stores that will be implementing Wear. It will be a pilot or test. So it will be an experiment. So on Parco's walls and exterior walls or inside, they'll all say experiments underway. So I think Shibuya shops are closer to everyone here. So if you, after November 8th, if you go to the Parco shop in Shibuya, then you can actually scan the products and see how it works. So during this whole period, it will say Wear all over the Parco stores. And what is so innovative about Wear is, I would like to take you through this. There's 4 innovations that we needed to make Wear come to life. We didn't really have a very good database in the apparel industry, but we needed to. The first innovation was to create a universal database for apparel products. So it's nearly 10 years that we've been doing this business, and we have had many relationships with brands, and we've developed this database over time. And now that we have this database, we can use it for Wear. So this is a great output. The second innovation is to create a database of styling or recipes. Of course, having a database of different products is great, but there wasn't a database for styling or coordinations either. So the first innovation and second innovation should happen together, and it has. And the third innovation is creating a database out of all the items people have in their closet. So by providing a My Closet function, then everybody can create a database of their closet. So as I mentioned earlier, it could lead to a C2C marketplace, so it could become an even bigger innovation. And the fourth innovation, this is actually going to be very useful for customer and for brands. So in the stores, users will be able to use barcodes and scan them. So this is the 4 innovation that was necessary to bring bringing Wear to fruition. So Mr. Terada, who is part of the Wear team, will help take us through a demonstration using the actual device. So if you download it, this is a page that you will end up in. Let us start from where we open the application. So you download the Where application, and if you click on it, this is a page that you will see. It says we started Where. And I introduced the benefits for customers before, so let us take you through in that order. So the coordinate recipe function. So let us search for red cardigans, how you can style red cardigans. Let's click on the search icon and type in the details there. So gender men, category tops, cardigans, and the color is red. And let's search. So it's difficult to see some other colors, but if you look, you can see there's a lot of shop staff, mainly now, but a lot of people are wearing red cardigans. So let's click on one. It is a cardigan. So you can see how he styled it. So of course, if you scroll down, you can see what items he is wearing. So when you're wondering what you should wear on Saturday and Sunday, you can use this coordinate recipe function to help you decide. And the next one is my closet function. The closet function is offered through the my page. So this is your coordinate. This is your coordinations, your styling that you've saved. And then if you go to the closet page, there is nothing. This is all you have in your closet. Maybe you can step forward a little bit. Sorry, I can't see. This is what you're wearing now? Yes? Jun Hashimoto's shoes. Oh my, 60,000 yen. You've spent a lot on your shoes. So this is how you can keep track of what items you have in your closet. And then there's also a calendar function that lets you know when you wore these items. There you go. The coordinate and calendar. Then it will show you what you wore on what day. And you can see when you wore your items. So this is all he has. So this is what he wears every day. But when people have a lot of clothes, then it's a very useful function. Next, we would like to go to the barcode scan function. So there was a lot of discussion about this, but retail offline shops that do not want to take part, then customers won't be able to scan their barcodes. So if you go into a store and they're taking part, then this is called a check-in number or check-in barcode. So if you go to a store that is open to this idea, then they would receive this barcode which customers can scan. And then the customers will have to scan this barcode before they start scanning other clothing. So stores that don't have this check-in barcode, then customers won't be able to scan the clothing available in the store. So if you go and say shop check-in, then you have to go and scan it now. And it says Shibuya Parko in this case. And if you click scan products in the store, and this is only time that you can start scanning your clothing. So a lot of stores don't want people taking pictures of the clothes in the stores, but if they're open to this, then people can come and scan the barcode and then start scanning products. The barcode that you saw just now are the barcodes that the brands are already using. We didn't ask them to change the barcodes or add a barcode. This is basically, we're just using the barcodes that they already use anyway. So if you scan a product, you can see. So imagine you're in a store and you scan it, you can see what other colors there are, or how you can wear it, how you can style it, and there's a lot of different styling available here. So if you click on one, then you can see. So if you scan one product, you can see what other colors are available, how you can wear it. So all this information you can see. And if you go to this, if you click on a save button, then the product information will be saved on your own bookmark. So maybe on your wish list, if you save it on your wish list, then you will see it there. So if you like a product but you can't make up your mind yet, then you can go and save it, and then if you go home and if you want to buy it then you can buy it online. So you can buy it straight from this application as well. So click on buy and check. Click on the icon purchase, and then it will take you to Zozo in this case, and then purchase it right there as well. So this is the barcode scan function that the media has been talking about. There's various different functions as well. So please download the application and test everything. And I started too. Did it get here in time, or?
ちょっと今日は出席者の皆さんに一部の皆さんにお願いしてですね、事前にこうやっていただいてユーザー情報の交換みたいな、まあソーシャルですので。
So this is also a SNS network. So we wanted to actually show how this can be used as an SNS site. So if there is a person that there's Yamate-san has offered to cooperate. See how you can get in touch with other people. Credit Suisse, Mr. Yamate, who always writes the reports for us. For example, if you're in a shop, let's say that Yamate-san is the shop staff, and he's making a presentation using his iPad. And if he can say, please follow me if you don't mind. Usually you would actually give them a shop card or something, but the great thing about Wear is that you can exchange, you can actually follow each other right on the spot. So you can't see Yamate-san's screen, but so he will have a screen like this on his iPad. So your own personal page will come with a barcode, and there's a barcode scan function as you just saw. So let's scan the barcode. On the bottom, you can see that there's a user profile, or you find users, And you click on that and you can scan other people's barcodes. This is Mr. Yamate's page, so if you scan,
もうこの山手さんの個人ページに直接
so you can jump to Yamate-san's personal page, and if you click on follow, then
その場でフォローすることが
then you can follow the
基
shop
本的に
staff.
は今アパレルのショップの店頭で、携帯電話の番号を交換し合ったり
So in
メールアドレスを
principle,
交換し合ったりするのは基本禁止なんですよ
it's not allowed to actually exchange phone numbers or email addresses with the shop staff right now, but using where you can, and you can use this as a tool for communication,
どうぞ使ってくださいというのはこの
actually share information with the customers about new products. So
はい
it's a great tool for shop staff. Thank you, Yamate-san, for taking part.
僕のページもありますので、俺のページちょっと見てみる
There's a page, my page there too. Let us see. So
さっき会場に来てくれて、
I just took a picture here earlier.
まあこういった形で個人個人がページを持って、
So
コーディネートいただいて
each one of us can have a picture and propose different coordinate
まあ
or
大体こん
styling.
な感じで一通りの機能は説明できたか
So
と思うんです
basically
けれ
this
ど
is
も、
the
いろいろまだ
functions that
細かいところは
we make available. Of course, there's more that you can do, so please download and give it a
で
go.
さっきご紹介した通りこの4
And as I introduced the four innovation that we mentioned before, I don't think there's that many companies around the world that are able to do that. So we hope that because we are very unique in that way, and we have a unique innovation that we can propose to even other countries outside of Japan. And we're actually making inquiries in different countries right now. As I mentioned before, we want to be able to bring the world together with clothing, so that's exactly what we're doing right now. It's a long explanation, but this is all from myself. We would like to move on to question and answer. So if we can begin the Q&A session. Please we will only accept answer questions from people who are involved in the industry. Anybody with questions, please raise your hands. My name is Furukawa from Goldman Sachs. There's two questions that I have. One, the service charge, and the second is where service charge or commission. There was a news about how Inoue is offering no commission for brands to join their platform. But for brands, I'm sure a lot of brands have mixed feelings about the commission rates that they pay for to Zozo or Start Today. Can you let us know how brands feel about the commission rates that they pay and how you think that the commission rate will change? Can you maintain the current commission rates that you have, or are you going to have to bring it down? Is there a risk of that? Can you let us know your thoughts about that? That's the first question. So let's address one question at a time. Thank you for your question. So Yahoo is offering no commission for brands to join their platform, but we have not had any brands come and ask us for zero commission. But we believe that Yahoo's announcement has basically clarified where we stand, so we know what we're supposed to do, we should do. The second question about where? The barcode scan function. There's a lot of feedback about that. But with Parco, who you'll be working with, will you be paying a fee to Parco to? So I think that you're paying a specific fee, a certain fee to Parco to actually get this application up and running. But how do you think you will approach the other brands or facilities? So if the offline shops become too much of a showroom and their sales decrease, then how will you respond, or how will you explain the situation to brands and retail outlets? Or how will you continue to push the WEAR application forward? In terms of with Parco, so it's already announced in articles, of course. The Parco's EC site sales commission, we are sharing part of the commission to Parco, but we haven't disclosed what percentage that will be. But we hope that WEAR will become more widespread, so we want to be flexible with different brands or retail outlets, flexible in terms of not just the thinking, but also with the systems as well. So we hope to be flexible so that the brands and retail outlets can use this application. The next question. SMBC Nikko Shoken Kanamori. I have 3 questions. The transaction value for the second quarter, it was 17%. It seemed like it was slowed down a little bit, but is it due to the different sales period? If you subtract the effect from the sales period shift, how do you think that they did? I think without the sales, if you subtract the sales period effect, then it's about 20%. And can you tell us a little bit about Labu? So it's been about a month since Labu's been launched. How has that affected Zozo? Or there's brands that are on Zozo and Labu, so how has Labu affected Zozo's sales? And also the lower price point brands have brought the average price down as well, but because if these lower price point brands, if they concentrate on Labu, would that further bring the average price down, or the transaction value for Labu will grow significantly? It's only been a month, so we haven't been able to analyze the results in detail yet, but what we can say is that the target age is quite different for Labu and Zozo, so we've been able to approach a different age group with Labu, is what I've been told. So we hope to be able to give you more detailed information in the future. And the third point is WEAR. You mentioned C2C and how that can be monetized. So reselling or reusing. But I'm sure that's not really planned yet. But can you tell us how you plan to monetize that in the future? As you just said, we just are concentrating on the number of users for wearers and the number of brands, so we're not really in a hurry to monetize the service yet, but I'm sure that there are various different ways to monetize it. So For example, if we can direct people to brands, then we can maybe monetize that, or maybe provides part of the service for a charge. For example, a very high-end styling or very professional styling, we can try to charge for that. How many members are you looking at to start monetizing? Is there a download number, or is there a specific figure you have in mind? No, we don't have any specific figure in mind, but the Wear team wants to go beyond Zozo. So it's whether it's PV or number of users or number of downloads, but they want to, Wear team wants to become a bigger media than Zozo. The next question, please raise your hands if you have any questions. My name is Yoshida from Nomura Shoken. I have a question about Wear. Business model, I think that you didn't disclose any information, and also any figures you haven't disclosed, and you say that it's very difficult to disclose. But if customers buy clothing through Wear, how do you share the profits? For example, through the brick-and-mortar stores or department stores, or through Wear? If you're going to pay a fee to department stores or retail outlets, how do you plan on paying a fee to the retail outlets? Nothing's been decided about that, but in terms of Parco, for example, so if a customer scans a product at Parco, but they decides not to buy it then, but buys it through an EC site when they go home, and the EC site, if the EC site happens to be Zozo, we will pay a portion of the sales profit to Parco, because Parco contributed in helping make that sale, because it originated in the store. The Parco campaign will be limited. It will only be taking place at a limited time, but if it continues in the future, will you continue in the future, or the trial period is for 6 months until April, but the campaign is from until November 8th. So the campaign where the store will be decorated in Wear look or Wear ads or whatnot, this will be until the end of November, but Wear will be used in Zozo, in Parco, until the end of April. But if a sales originate in Parco, regardless whether it ends up happening in Parco or not, we will pay a fee to Parco. Last question. The business model for Wear, what kind of information will you be sharing with the public, or in the consolidated business results? In terms, we don't really plan to monetize it yet, so we're not going to be basically sharing any information in the consolidated business results. But in the future, when we begin to monetize, yes, we would like to share some information about its performance. Does anybody have any questions? The next question, we would like to make the last question. Credit Suisse, Yamate.
2つお伺いしてもよろしいでしょうか。
I have two questions.
今の方の質問の続きなんですけど、
It's continuing from the last question. The where's the number of downloads for where will you be providing information about the number of downloads? Maybe would you be tweeting about it, for example?
先ほどはご協力ありがとうございます。
Thank you before for helping us out.
メディアでもすでに取り上げられていたんで、
So the number of downloads, it's already been
ダウンロードぐらい国内にいるんですけど、
already been
500万といえばその ZOZO タウンのちょうど会員数
announced in one of the media. So, but we're targeting about 5 million downloads.
というのが一つの
So 5 million downloads is the initial target.
ディベロッパーさんとの
And with the developers,
立ち入ったお話を聞きたい。
so this may be a detailed question about the developers. And
ミ
I'm
ュージック&エコロジールミネエスト店
Lumine
でショップ店員さんが
Shop, Earth, Music, and Ecology. This person has already uploaded 16 styling. Is Lumine how? Of course, you can't scan, but
そうですね。
there's 16 styling already
僕らは
uploaded.
別に何か審査をしたりとか
We
してるわ
don't
けではないので、ブラン
actually
ドさんの意向で今出てるのかと思いますので
authorize or approve any
そういうことを
any of the styling images. So
始まったばかり
I
です。
think it's up to the brands, but we don't want to. We just started, so we want to give the brands a lot of freedom. I'm sure many of you may still have questions, but it's the end of the conference. So thank you today for coming to listen to the business results from the fiscal year 2013 second quarter. If you could fill in the survey before you leave, we would appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming.